Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again. And today, got only a few colours. Got some ultramarine blue, some burnt umber. I'm just going to mix them two together to make my grey. Now, what I tend to do is either make it warm or cold. And because I'm going to do a fairly cold painting, I'm going to need more blue. More blue. And what you'll find is the more blue you put in, let's put the whole thing in, the more blue that you put in, the darker it gets. It becomes almost black. Black and blue can make you your black. I mean, blue and brown. Black and blue. Blue and brown. And then you can add a little bit of white to check. Because it's a way of making greys. But you've got more control with the grey, really. So you could see on that, sort of a bluey grey. If you wanted the grey to be warmer, I'll just put that. That's my light switch. A bit of red string. Yeah, so if you want your grey to be warmer, you put a bit more brown in it or a bit of red in it. And if you wanted it colder, you put more blue in it. Well, that gives us an idea how grey it is. I need quite a lot of it. So, or if you're lazy and you've got a tube of black, you just use that. And you can do the similar sort of thing, is that you can put a little bit of blue in it to cool it down, or a bit of red in it to warm it up. It's really up to you. So anyway, here's the dodgy canvas. This canvas I made, and I didn't realise it was all wonky, but I thought, well, it deserves a painting still. Can't leave a canvas empty. So I'm going to get some of my dark bluey colour. We'll put that in the sky. Oh, bluey brown. So I'll put liquid white all over this. A really small amount. I don't want it to go too light, but I still want it to be slick and wet. So I'm just throwing this colour on really. Tap your brush, get an even distribution of colour. And there we go. I do like doing that sometimes. Really going for it on the canvas. So I'll just put my palette down a sec. I want to just twizzle my brush. I want to twizzle the brush and make some clouds in amongst this. I'll start. I can see a cloud there. Might just tap. We've done the twizzling sort of effect, sort of about tapping now. Tap a cloud round there. Sometimes it's good to experiment with a brush, and instead of always doing what you're comfortable doing, you can do a bit more and see what happens. You might suddenly find a new technique that you've never tried before. Tapping away at this. That looks good. So I'm just gonna knock some of the excess paint off my brush and then mix this up a little bit. All over. Let's stand back and have a look at that. I'll tap more there. Cloud can go like that. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Knock off a bit of the excess paint, and then I'm going to blend that again. Lift it. Over the top. Just tapping that bit. Stand back. Now we've got a couple of layers of cloud already. And then what I can do is I can tap into some more colour. Just giving it a tap again. And then I could do another layer of cloud. The clouds are dark. Yeah, something like that. And then sometimes I'm starting to enjoy this actually. So I want to do more. I want to do a bit more. There's some of this white. Tap that white. Tapping it. Tapping that white. Maybe it's a bit of light. Some of it. And there's a bit of light there as well. Hitting some of that cloud. So I had a message recently saying, how do you come up with your ideas when you're painting? How do you know what stroke to do, where to put your lights? How do you know your whole setup, what's going on? And actually, the truth is, I just make things up. I put the canvas up. I have like a basic idea. Say this idea is stormy looking, lot of different layers of cloud. Might keep it dark, might add light in. That was my idea. And then experiment with the brush strokes and see what happens, really. That's what I thought. And then you can just play them. If you want to do something more exact, you can. I just like to use this technique to play. It's such a fun, easy, well, easy-ish. I wouldn't call it easy because I know it looks easy when some people do it. I mean, it's easy when you practice. Like anything though, isn't it? Anyone could learn how to paint and be able to do it. Create amazing scenes. And look at all this going on in this sky now. Just tapping a few bits as well. I'm always stepping right back. I look at the painting and I step right back and almost paint with my hands almost straight, my arms straight, so I can see. Oh, I like that. There's a lot of action there now. Just whack my brush on a paper towel to knock off a bit of paint, and then I'm going to go over this all the way across. Really light. Oh, really light. Maybe lift some of it if you want to. You know what I'm thinking? What if there's a bit of... Get my finger and put a bit of this paint on. And what if there's a bit of light just creeping out of this area here? Well, it's going to be tricky, this bit is actually, because of the quite a lot of paint on there. There we go. Just whip that off. Stand back, have a look. Get a bit more light in there. A bit of moonlight. I'm thinking a bit of moonlight breaking through the sky there. Just take that off as well. Okay, we'll keep adding a bit of light, taking it off, and then adding a bit more. Yeah, that'll do. Quite like that. Maybe a bit of light hitting that area and this area. Just using my finger, a bit of finger painting. Something like that. Blend that out. Nothing wrong with painting with your finger. Turner used to do this sort of stuff. All the great painters use their finger to blend. So finger painting is all good. So now what I want to do, I want to put in a mountain around this area and see what happens. This is the idea anyway. The idea is we have a mountain in about here. There, say there. Maybe a bit more steep than that. Like that. Yeah, I quite like that one. I want a bit more dark on the top there. Scrape that off. I'll use my 1-inch brush just to pull that down. Sort of disappears as it gets further down, which is good because you want it to be a bit darker at the top. And then I might do my highlights for a change with the detail knife. Pull the paint out really flat. Cut across a little roll of paint. It's not as much fun using the detail knife though. And I'm doing it this way as well. Using the big knife on the big mountain, that's good fun, isn't it? Bit more over here. Just remember, light pressure, light pressure. And then you can let that paint just break. It just breaks away and makes your painting look amazing. So easy. And a little bit of the blue and bluey grey and the white. More that white. That'll do. I'll leave it sort of marbly to fix this knife a bit. And then, oh, maybe that's a bit too light. Go a bit darker. More grey in the colour. Otherwise, you lose that sort of three-dimensional effect. Not sure if you can hear the fireworks in the background. not bonfire night tonight, but people are still setting them off. Have a look at that. I want to sort of bring that bit together a bit there. Yeah, that's a bit better. I just wanted to bring that together, and then it's really like hitting a bit more of this. Just wiping my brush, get a bit of this pure white. This is where I can play with the light again. A bit more light there. The light's hitting that. The moonlight is in the top. And then maybe it's hitting this bit there. Yeah, something like that. I like that. On there as well. Okay, maybe I'll put a little bit on that. Now I want to just clean up these edges as well. On this edge as well there. Yeah, I'll do. It's easy to get carried away. Try not to get too carried away. Just let the mountain finish like that. Okay, now I'm just going to lift up. So sometimes I tap, and sometimes I don't. Like tap the bottom of the mountain. I don't feel like I need to on this one. It kind of disappears anyway nicely. Disappears into the mist almost, doesn't it? Sometimes I do this as well, like where it's sort of disappeared there, maybe it kind of reappears a bit there. But only that little bit. So then the mind starts telling you that that ridge must go all the way down there. but you haven't painted it. Strange, isn't it? Right, let's get some of this dark. Just going to plonk this in. Plonk it in. And put some trees here. And I want it to go all the way along here. And then I'm going to put some trees there. This dark, it's just, it doesn't really matter. I'm just painting my idea. This is my idea. I'm just painting it. Because I'm going to change brushes. Just get a bit of dark on there. Okay, so there's the dark. Get rid of that white there. Yeah, like I said, that doesn't really matter because I'm moving on to this brush, my fan brush, the number 3 fan brush. And we can get a load of this colour, bring it through the blue, dark blue and brown, and then we can start. I would like a big tree there, another one there, one there. So, corner of the brush, not the corner, you just touch, you press down, and then the harder you press, the bigger it gets. So it's quite easy. Once you get the angle of your brush, it's quite an easy technique. You could do it. If you've not painted before, you could do this. Sometimes do one here as well. Same way, just touch, 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 touch. Then start pressing. And then over here, I want another one, another big one there. Growing off the side here. It's quite a good size one. Chunky, that looks like there's 2 there. Oh, whoops. Maybe there's another one there. See how I do this as well. I start sort of building up my land as well. That's sort of in front of this land back here. And I'm always seeing different areas of light maybe. Let's put some light in there. So we can see different areas of light. It could be there. Just using the knife to scrape that in. And those trees, not quite the right trees, are they? So, I'm going to change that now. Use this. I'm almost, because there's not much colour on my brush, I'm really just teasing this paint. Use my finger just to soften it at the base. Step back. There we go, we've changed all them trees so quickly. Now, I could do a bit of light on some of these trees to make them a bit more fancy. Fancy is the word. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of my liquid white and I've just dipped my brush in it. And I'm going to take some of this white out of here and slop it on my palette. You can see that. Get some of that white, mix it in with the liquid white, so it's going to be nice and thin. So that means it's going to stick to the paint that's on there already. I mean, it might have stuck anyway. This just makes sure. So I want a bit of snow on this. Just on there, just so we can see it. And then the big problem with this is your brush will get dirty, so you need to wipe it somehow before you carry on. So every time you do a tree, you've got to wipe your brush again. Okay, this one as well. Going less and less on the way down. This one as well. Well, that was good, doesn't it? It's got a bit of a Christmassy look to it. I'm liking that. And then this one as well. Boop, boop. Cheated a bit there. I didn't wipe my brush. Big mistake, you see. Could see the difference. Look, it's got a bit smudged. Let's just rectify that. Sometimes I just do this as well. I just go across on the palette and then carry on again, get some more of the nice white. And nice green colour. Okay, I'll go with that because you can't see my white as well as before, so I'm just going to go get my white back in there, just so I have a bit of light in there, and then I can bring this along as well. Nice bit of snow there. Let's put this white and put the snow in. Okay, and then these, see what I want to do there, a 1-inch brush, just going to dip that in my liquid white and then go into this white and create myself a real thin white, pull in one direction until you get a bit of a bush shape, and then you get one on your brush, and I want little bushes here, lacy sort of white look to them. Along there. Something like that. Maybe some here as well. there. Yeah, I like that. While I'm at it, I might as well just scrape in a few little. Kind of feel like I wanted a cabin type thing here, didn't I? That was one of the things I wanted. I'm just going to scrape out this area. Might go a bit bigger. Give myself more work, or more area to work with, not more work. Have a look at that. Well, it looks like it's going to work. So, I want to do something a bit different. Get some of my white, a bit of this bluey grey in it. Cut across, all the paint. I want to create a white building. Stand back, have a look at that. Now this side's going to have to be a bit darker. Move that paint along there, then go down. Running out of space on my palette, so I need to do a bit of palette maintenance. So what I do is I need to get rid of all this and that as well. And just clear yourself an area on your palette, because if you keep painting and you don't do that, you can be in trouble. You start thinking, no, why didn't I like that? But you get so involved in the painting, you forget that it becomes a problem. So I'm going to get a bit of the dark in with this white now. And what I'm going to do is I'll do the shadow side of the building. It's going to be more of the grey. So it's going to be this side. That's nice, isn't it? That's a nice colour. Now, I do have a bit of a challenge. Is the snow on the roof. I'm going to have to do it whiter than that. But anyway, we'll come to that when we get to it. There's something else I want to do. A little bit of dark on my knife. And I want to create a bit of a pattern. A bit like a Tudor type house where they have all these maybe oh, I think I've done that wrong. Let me just sit down back, it's leaning a bit. Thinking about the the way things are, it should have been like this. It should be more like that. But it's okay. Good job, we can scrape stuff off. Scrape that bit off and then I can go back in with the white. See, you always think, oh, I only have one go at this, but you don't. You can always fix it. Okay. Get that design back in. It's an old building anyway. Quite like that. Simple design. Maybe I'll have the door there. That looks quite good, doesn't it? And then I might put a little bit of the dark on the roof as well. That actually works quite nice as a dark roof. So I might just leave it like that and just give it a bit of texture. Might get a bit of blue and white. Just so it's just that grey and white. Just so it's not completely dark. I want it to stand out a little bit. Just put a little bit over there. Especially on the top there. Might be enough actually. It's just so you can see that it's there. Get a bit of dark again and just yeah. And I want a bit of white just to get that corner bit there. So you can be quite detailed with this because you can move the paint. You can move it to the way you want it to be. I quite like that. I'm going to leave it there. I want to do a window here. And another window there. Should I have the window? Should I have a light in the window? Maybe there should be another window actually here. Looks like there could be another window there, couldn't there? Well, there is now. I like putting a chimney in as well with a bit of dark. You can't see any of that, so I'll get a little bit of light, a little white, and just cap the top of it. Just get. I might even get a little bit of light just to show that there's one there. I'm just have a look at that, and now I feel like I want light yellow, yellow and red, yellow and red, and white. Let's get some yellow and red and white and really warm this up. Like there's a fire on in there. Yellow, red, and white. You just see through. Maybe the curtains closed, and you can see some of the warm light coming through. And at the bottom of the door, bit of light there, and light there as well. See that? Something like that. I might leave it at that. Quite liking that. I do want to add a bit more snow around. More of this white and snow there. I might do a path as well. Or something else I want to do. Yeah, that's straight there. That's better. Just annoying me, that was. And this bit as well is annoying me a little bit. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that actually. Oh, it's quite nice. Could be neater, but you could always use your finger and neaten areas up if you need to. So I'm trying to show a little bit more in this episode because I always do stuff like that. I'm always like trying to neaten stuff up and just do little bits here and little bits there and put in a path. And a path there. In some white. Written movement. Softening it a little bit because it's snow. Softening that area. Yeah. It's quite different, isn't it? It's quite nice. I'm liking moonlight. Could probably have hit the moonlight along that roof side, but where do you end? Maybe I should do that. Might just add a little bit of light on that. I mean, you could do it. You could do snowmen. You could do all sorts, couldn't you? You could have a little person walking up towards there. Maybe I'll do that actually. Let's put in somebody walking towards there. Got a nice warm colour actually. Got a bit of red. Somebody maybe. There's somebody there. A bit of dark ahead. And then maybe use the dark here as well. And you're walking towards cabin. Maybe it's a woman. The idea of all with a dress. Blowing like that. Could have a hair like one in there as well. So it's got a bit of wind sort of going like that. And then you can always add, maybe she's got her arms front of her there. She's holding something. And then you can add a little bit of the dark. You can add a bit of a shadow of the woman. Just plant her in the painting. Maybe the shadow would be there actually. Something like that. Back in with that clean white and clean that up. Yeah, that looks quite good. You can definitely tell there's somebody there now, walking off to there in that cold weather. And I think that'll do me, I think. So I'm just going to give that a little signature and I'll say thanks very much for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed the little extra bits I added. But you can stop if you're doing this one as well. If you want to use this idea, you can do. And you feel free to change it the way you want to be. You want it to be. If you want those trees to not be there and you want that cabin to be a different colour, you don't want the Tudor idea, then you can change it. Something else I've noticed when I stood away is I could add a little bit of this white there and just get rid of that hard edge. There's a horrible hard edge there I didn't like. And then also there it needs a little bit more light to get rid of that orange. To there, to like that. Just these little bits just add that extra amount of detail. Thanks very much for watching this one. I'll see you at another one. Bye for now.